My regards. Returning to all of Angie's previous experiences before Tottenham, you will find one common element, which is persistence, whether it was his insistence on imposing his style or his insistence on success, and this was clear with all the teams in which he was able to leave his mark, even though all of his experiences were surrounded by great doubts and reached the stage of mockery, such as his experience at Celtic. In 2015, Angie was able, while leading the Australian team, to win the Asian Nations Cup for the first time in Australia's history after providing a very distinguished performance for the Australian team and then being able to advance to the 2018 World Cup, but he resigned after qualifying. The Australian Federation's decision to contract with Angie came after his great experience with the Brisbane Roar team in the Australian League, which happened at that time. Angie asked the club management to release all players of high ages, including the team captains, and decided to rely on the young players and asked them to wait for the results in the next season. Indeed, the Roar team was able to win the Australian League as well for the first time in their history and played enjoyable football, and because of that, they were called the Barcelona team at that time in Australia, after Barcelona and their beautiful matches at that time. The Australian Federation needed to do the same project and rely on the youth in the team, so it moved in the direction of Angie in October 2014. Who achieved great success with them at that time and built a good generation in team at that time. This means that Angie won the Asian Championship for the Australian team for the first time in their history. And also the Australian League Championship for Roar for the first time in their history as well. Was this the last of Angie's achievements? No, my friend, because in 2018, Angie moved to the Japanese League, specifically the Marinos team, and he started the season with them and was able to reach the cup final, but in the league, the team finished the league in 12th place, but at the same time there was something cause for optimism, which is that the team was the second most goals scored club in the league. With 56 goals, this was a very special thing for a team that is at the bottom of the table and has such great ferocity on the goal. This made the management of the Japanese club keep Angie for the second season in a row, so that in the same season he was able to achieve the league title with the Japanese team after a 15-year absence from winning the championship and also the highest scoring team with 68 goals. Great, but is there anything else? In 2021, Angie decided to take a step further, and their competitor, stronger, fiercer, and more popular, moved to the Scottish Premier League, specifically the Celtic team, and there the matter was not easy in light of the team's loss of the league championship to the traditional rivals, Rangers, and the fans' ambitions and requirements for the new coach were great, and the team was very close to contracting with Eddie Howe, but management settled on Ange Postecoglou to lead the team. The choice was met with great ridicule from Celtic fans and the team's old stars due to Angie's weak CV. Here, no one looks at abilities, but the fans only need a big name, but the administration decided to confront the matter and took the risk by choosing Angie, so that Angie will come after her and be entitled to the Scottish League title twice in a row in the 2021 season. And in 2022, it was also the team that scored the most goals with 78 goals, and also won the Scottish Cup in the 2023 season. So after that all Celtic fans will have to apologise to the man who was constantly questioned. At the beginning of the 2023 and 2024 season in the English Premier League, we woke up to the news of the appointment of Ange Postecoglou as coach of the Tottenham team, and many are asking who is this man? What are his abilities and achievements? But the Tottenham management decided to move in a different direction than everyone else, in the direction of Ange, who became the first Australian coach in history to coach in the English Premier League. Tottenham's management is looking to return to the competitive path and be among the top four after the team achieved 8th place last season, and so far Ange is able to put the team on a distinguished upward path, and despite the fact that the team lost one of the most important strikers in the world in the English Premier League and the team's top scorer, Harry Kane, but the team so far he's scored 28 goals in 14 matches. Not only that, Tottenham is the third team with the most shots per match, with 15.6, after the duo Manchester City and Liverpool. Also, in this man's first season in the fiercest and strongest league, he was able to achieve victory over the duo Manchester United and Liverpool and impose a draw on Arsenal and Manchester City, in great results for the team, even though there was a decline in the team's results, but this was expected for the team, but Ange was able to achieve Coach of the Month 3 times. In his first 3 months in the English Premier League. After losing the match between Wolverhampton and Aston Villa, Ange asked in the press conference, do the recent bad results suffered by the team require Ange to change his game style? Ange responded briefly and said, we are at the beginning of building something. His sentence sums up a lot of words, that the team is building a new project and that the results are never dependent on changing the style of play because you can defend with the largest number and concede normal goals. Therefore, Ange continues with his style, which will move him to a higher area with time. A great journey for a man who has achieved achievements in all his stages. He just needs time. Can he impose the same achievement within the English Premier League?